emotions do you think will be going through you after not having done this for 15 months?
I don't think it'll be much different than the first time out in any season. I think that having spring training, having summer camp, all that kind of stuff. It to me it just feels like the build up to a normal season. I'm not really thinking about how long it's been since I pitched too much.
Do you have to guard against being overamped in the first game of the season? I know Lance kind of alluded to that last night.
I haven't before. Not to say that I won't tomorrow, but I think that normally, whether it's first game of the season, first game of postseason, World Series, whatever, I've been pretty successful at kind of controlling my emotions and just kind of focusing on the task at hand.
Next question, please, Stephen.
Or you grew up right here. You went to a few games at the ballpark. You played games with an opponent. What was it like being in a July game in Texas and not sweating your butt off, I guess?
As far as last night?
Yeah, as far as last night, just the atmosphere and just what you sensed.
I mean, obviously a lot more comfortable. Not being involved in the game nowadays is a little weird. You're kind of segregated from the rest of the team, things like that. You got to sit off to the side, not allowed to be in the dugout. So, in that sense, it's different. But as far as being indoors, much more comfortable than being outdoors for sure at this time of year.
How much of a I mean, I know this is probably an obvious answer, but how much of a difference is that going to make for you pitching a game tomorrow at 1:30 on a Sunday afternoon and not having to do it outside? I know you don't mind the heat, but do you look forward to that, or do you kind of miss the heat?
When you're actually, at least for me, actually pitching, I didn't really pay much attention to it, other than maybe changing jerseys a little more often than in a cooler climate. I didn't try to psych myself out about the heat or anything like that, pitching the old ballpark. But, I think it's just one of those things, whether it's hot, cold, those are kind of the conditions for a given day that every player has to deal with. So you just kind of do your best to confront them head on and not let it bother you.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yep.
What else? John?
Corey, since you did grow up here, is there anything extra special about the fact that this will be the home ballpark? I know it's not the ballpark you went to as a kid and watched games, but just pitching back in this environment, is that going to feel special?
I don't know. I think that, like you said, it's a different ballpark. It's not the ballpark that I grew up going to games at. So I think it's different in that sense. I'm more so just looking forward to the opportunity to go out there with my teammates and compete with them for the first time, and look forward to doing that the entire year.
Obviously they always say hitters will tell you where you are. So relative to coming back from an injury, you've had chances against live hitters to tell you where you are. And it looks like, at least to us, and some of them have said too, you're back. I mean, do you feel like you're back to every bit as healthy as you ever were?
Like I said the other day, I don't really try to compare now versus last year, a few years ago, whatever. The way I look at it is, I believe that I have a certain way to go about things to be successful right now, and each day trying to improve, make gains on that, and I feel like I'm in a good spot with that right now. But like I said, I don't think that's something that you just carry over. I think it takes work each day to maintain it, and that's just kind of how I go about it.
Other questions, please, TR.
Corey, I'm just curious, where did you watch the game last night?
So to the right of our dugout in the the Evan Williams lounge. Yeah, it's like the club's down at field level. Got to sit down there. They have a TV that's on delay and stuff, so it's not the best view in the world, but at least we can kind of check out pitches, things like that, to try to get a read on hitters, stuff like that.
That was my question. Were you able to do the normal homework you would do watching the opposing team?
Yeah, it's a different angle, but like I said, to be able to have the delay, to be able to go back and look at pitches that helped. But I think that for me personally, I do most of my homework away from the game setting, anyways. I've always valued the view, behind a pitcher more so than trying to read hitters from a dugout.
Was it tough not being able to, high five Danny Santana or shake Lance Lynn's hand after they'd done well?
It's just that's the way things are now. You know what I mean? It's not easy, not difficult. I think it's just that's the set of circumstances that we have right now. So I think that everybody's doing their best to try to follow those protocols, and just because we're not able to give high fives or whatever, I don't think that it makes us any less of a team. I think we're still out there all trying to accomplish the same thing and pulling for each other, regardless of being able to give high fives or not.